Hey friends, today here at Gardening with Creekside, we are going to be planting 3 signature containers at the garden center here at Creekside Nursery in Dallas, North Carolina, a Zone 8A. Not only are we going to be planting 3 containers, we are going to show you exactly how to choose plants that go together well, that give you color and structure and movement throughout the entire season. We're going to share some great tips with you so that you can plant great successful containers in your own garden. It's going to be a lot of fun. Stay tuned. Here at the garden center, I love having different containers, plants in the landscape, so when customers come to the garden center, they get to get some inspiration and see the plants in real life action, right? And because we all have different interests, we all have different sun requirements, we all have different water level needs, we are going to be planting these completely different from one another. And so we have, like I said, 3 signature recipes. We have got Golden Morning Glow, we have Twilight in the Pines, and then we have Sunnyside Charm. Very excited about all of these. So stay tuned, because even though it's the same nursery, same day, we're doing 3 different containers. The first one we're going to do is the very infamous, famous wheelbarrow here at Creekside. Y'all, I will use anything as a planter. The wheelbarrow is actually a really great container. So let's start with the Sunnyside Charm. Okay, my friends, so like I said, we are doing these beautiful, very fun, very different containers. The theme between all 3 containers is that they are going to have a thriller, filler, and a spiller. We're starting with the Sunnyside Charm in the wheelbarrow. And what makes this one a unique situation is that within this container, we have different microclimates. And you may be going, Jenny, what in the world are you talking about? Well, a microclimate is merely a different growing conditions within your garden. So your garden itself can have microclimates, meaning some are going to be maybe colder, some are warmer, some are wetter, some are drier. So what we have here in the wheelbarrow are microclimates as far as your soil and the water availability to the plants in the wheelbarrow. Obviously, on one end of the wheelbarrow, it is nice and deep, so we've got plenty of room for big roots to go and a lot of moisture to be held there. On the other end of the wheelbarrow, it is very shallow, so we need plants that have a shallow root system and prefer it to be dry. We are here kind of around lunchtime, so the sun is just beginning to peek itself over my shoulder. Towards my back, over on this direction, is east, and then in front of me is west. The reason that I am telling you that is because this container is going to be in the shade up until about 1 o'clock, thinking about hot time in the summer. So end of June through August, this will be in the shade first thing in the morning, and then it gets blazing hot sun in the afternoon. Knowing your sun for your containers is extremely important. So what we're doing with Sunnyside Charm is we're going to have just a collection of Creekside champions that really are going to give us lots of height and color and texture from now all the way through November into the freeze. All of these plants will absolutely flourish in these conditions. So what we're going to do first is our biggest thriller. We are going to go with the Sunfinity Sunflower. I couldn't get the words out, my friends. This is a Sunfinity Yellow Red. So it's a bicolor, right? Now the Sunfinities are those re-blooming sunflowers, very vigorous. We've already got roots coming out of here. I do not have a bloom. I have got a big old fat bud sitting there waiting to bloom any day now. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the Sunfinity on the end, because this is so vigorous that I need to have lots of room for these roots to grow and go down. Now, before we put any of these plants into the containers, I had already gone through and got brand new fresh soil, and you just saw me put some biotone in here and then some slow release fertilizer. Having that is super important for your plants because we need as much room for these roots to grow as possible. So if you want to go for longevity, you need to make sure that your containers are filled all the way with soil and not with any fillers. Now your Sunfinities, they are going to get some height to them, y'all. These are big, beautiful plants. They do really well in large containers and the landscape because it can be like 3 feet tall. So this is going to be multi-branching, continuous blooms, stunning. So we've got Sunfinity. Next, this is going to be a foliage plant. We're not going to have any flowers on this whatsoever, but this brings in a pop of brightness to this container. So of course, this is angel wings, also known as a sea cabbage. So we are going to go ahead and take the angel wings and we are going to put it up near the front as soon as I get it out of its container. Y'all, this is going to be absolutely fabulous. I'm going to stick it towards the front because it is going to give us that big pop of color, and I want to make sure that we've got plenty of room between the angel wings and then the sunflower, right? Let them grow and be beautiful. Next, for another layer of color and texture and height, we have, this is the Viking XL Red on Chocolate Begonia. Dark, dark foliage. We are going to come in here and we're going to kind of flank a little bit. We're going to pull it away. Do not be afraid for your containers, maybe in the beginning, to look a little spaced out, right? Because we are planting this for longevity. So we've got one begonia there, and we're going to come in with another one, and we're going to come and bring it kind of in front and to the side. That way it'll look like we have one big mass of the begonias, and we're going to bring this one over here. Now, when this container fills in, everybody is going to be nice and happy and snuggled up to one another. So it is not going to be long at all before these plants are absolutely flourishing and you won't see any of the container at all. Now your Viking XL Red on Chocolate can do sun or shade. Love the versatility of that. And it can be up to 2 feet tall and about 3 feet wide. So there you go. Go big or go home. In a container, it may be a little bit more constrained, but it is going to be beautiful. So we have got 2 nice big thrillers. We have got a filler of the angel wings. Next, we're going to go with some scaevola. If you have drier conditions and you want a plant to go on the entire time, whether in a landscape or a container, then you need to have scaevola in your life. This is the Sure Diva Classic Blue. Because it likes it more dry, we're going to come in here and stick it on the edge of the wheelbarrow. We are going from the deep end to the shallow end. And so we're going to come in here, tuck these babies in here. Your scaevolas are going to have that natural spilling habit to it. And of course, as its name suggests, is going to be a beautiful, y'all, I would love to say it's a true blue. It's really not. It's more like a purple. So we're just going to go with that, right? And have it say that it is blue, and it is going to be a nice, rich purple, honestly. So we're going to come in and we're going to kind of bring these close to one another to have that really lovely impact right here. Now, for a little fun, funky design, because you're going to see this container 360 degrees. Mainly people are going to see it when they first come and go across the bridge, but also when you leave, you're going to see it. So I am actually going to stick the last of the scaevolas, the Sure Divas, back here on the back side. So that way we've got 2 clumps here in the front, and then we've got 1 here in the back. So now we have a lovely empty space right here. What are we going to put in there? Well, I'm so glad you asked. We're going to put in another great sun-loving, drought-tolerant plant. Y'all, this is a Pizzazz Mega Gold Portulaca. You want to talk about flower power? Man, it gets its name honest, right? The Mega Gold. Now, I'm not going to plant it directly straight down. I'm going to actually kind of lay it a bit on its side so that it already has a natural way that it wants to spill over, and then simply bring in the soil around it. So we're actually kind of planting it on its side. So do not be afraid when you're making your containers to tilt the plants. They don't have to go in straight. The roots do not care. They will bend and turn and go the way that they need to go. So we're gonna get that in there, bring up some more soil and cover it up. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I have got obviously lots of bare soil. I love to fill in my containers, top dress them with some mulch. So what I'm gonna do is top dress, and then we're gonna do an up close view so you can see how everybody looks together. The vibe of Sunnyside Charm is going to be very bold and playful and sun loving and very heat tolerant. None of these plants are divas. They do not require a ton of water. They love to have kind of be more neglected. These are not going to be like super hungry plants, but they are going to blend so well together. And in just a few short weeks, this container is going to fill in big time. I love the contrast of you've got the angel wings along with the Viking XL. Oh, and then you put the sunflower in there. I mean, look at that big, beautiful bud right there in the center. And of course, this will be the bicolor sunflower, so it will bring a whole nother layer of that kind of that really just summer vibes to the whole container, and it is going to be a lot of fun. I always like to put my tags here at the nursery. I always kind of stick them up, so if people are walking by and they're like, ooh, what is that plant? Then there you go, they have the tag for it. So Sunnyside Charm is going to fill in, be glorious. All I have to do is give her a drink of water, and then we're moving on to Twilight in the Pines. This is very like moody and romantic. It's going to be glorious. All right, now Twilight in the Pines. It is going to give us a completely different kind of mood and vibe. This is going to be more like soft and romantic, kind of light and airy. Still have a huge impact, but very different than Sunnyside Charm. Again, brand new soil, filled the container all the way up with soil. We're going to take our continuous release fertilizer because the thing is, people, you gotta feed your plants. This container is going to have some Supertunia Vistas in it. And if you know Supertunia Vistas, then they are vigorous feeders. So definitely put your slow release in there. This is the one that's going to help give you the food when you are not using your water-soluble fertilizer. So in those days when you're not using water-soluble fertilizer, your continuous release fertilizer is going to kick in. Now with this one, as a little bit with the Wheelbarrow, you're gonna have to use your imagination just a bit, because one of my plants that is going to be the most vigorous one, the tallest one, my Thriller, right now she's the shortest. You know why? It's because she loves it hot. This is an Angelonia. This is angel face super white. Now there is regular white, just white. We're not doing that, friends. No, no, we're going big and bold with this one. So your super whites are made, there's a super white and a super blue. They are made for large containers, large plantings, or the landscape. With your Angelonias, what's going to happen is you're going to get these gorgeous spikes of pure white flowers. So we're going to plant these kind of close to one another here in the back. And the great thing is, y'all, this is a round pot. So if I don't get it perfectly centered right, I can just go and just twist a little bit. Now, the super whites can be 30 to 40 inches tall. So imagine that. They're going to branch out and give me gorgeous white spikes coming all over. They love the heat. They are so heat tolerant. It's crazy. Even in the southeast with our heat and humidity, your angel faces do really, really well. So our angel face super white is going to be our Thriller, nice and big. So we're going to actually have two fillers in this container. We're going to go with Diamond Mountain Euphorbia. Y'all, you know how much I love my diamonds. So Diamond Mountain is going to be, as its name suggests, it is going to be the nice big one, 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. But what I love about Mountain is, yes, it is going to be big and full, but it's still going to be very light and airy. It is going to intermingle with our super whites and with our Virtuoso Vibrant Violet Dahlias. That is a lot of these in there. Y'all, I love this dahlia. The color is absolutely gorgeous. Now, we're gonna go with 2 of these because I wanna make sure that we have a nice pop of color in this container with that nice, dark, beautiful violet dahlia. Now, your dahlias are going to be, if there's ever going to be a diva in this container, it is going to be your dahlias. They do really like to be deadheaded. That means as your flowers begin to fade, simply go in there and cut them. Just simply cut that one flower back and then you will be just fine. Full disclosure, in the South with our heat and humidity, I have found that the dahlias, all dahlias, will take a break as far as the massive bloom power in the heat of the summer. They do well in the cooler climates, the cooler months of the year. So like right now, and then again in the fall. So don't freak out if they don't produce as many big, huge flowers in the heat of the summer. Just keep maintaining them. They will bounce back before you know it when the temperatures cool off and just give you an absolute stunning display in the fall. Now, the big one, Supertunia Vista Cool Jazz. Cool Jazz is the newest of the Supertunia Vistas from Proven Winners. And y'all, I'm putting 2 in here. That's it. I probably could get away with 1, but we're going to go big this time. I absolutely love and adore the contrast of colors between Cool Jazz and then the Vibrant Violet. It is beautiful. And just imagine the big white coming out from Super White. So again, just like the last one, we're going to put our mulch around it. Then I'll show you all these beauties up close. Twilight in the Pines is going to be stunning. Maybe I'm particularly just drawn to this one this year because these are the exact colors and schemes that we're using in our backyard. We're doing the Cool Jazz in mass around the patio. I'm going to have a little pocket of the Vibrant Violet Dahlias there on the pathway. They are just unbelievable. And then you're going to get that soft, romantic, airy feeling from Diamond Mountain. And then trust me, you gotta trust me on this, y'all. We're going to get such a thrilling pop of white, dramatic pop of white with these 2 Angel Face Super Whites. Again, y'all, just trust me, they love it hot. And once we get consistent heat, they are going to absolutely explode. This container, before you know it, in just a few short weeks, is going to be bursting. You're not going to be able to see the rim of this container. So there you go. We have got 2 very different plantings already planted with the wheelbarrow and the container right here to the entrance of the bridge. Now we're going to head over to the signature garden and we're going to do one that is bright and cheery and sunny first thing in the morning. My friends, here we are in the signature garden. Golden Morning Glow. Do you not love that name? We're calling it Golden Morning Glow because this gets morning sun. It is the exact opposite sun conditions than the 2 planters that we just did. This gets great morning sun. It is going to get at least a good solid 6 hours of sun. As soon as the sun gets up and over just a little bit, and my trees leaf out, it will go into complete and total shade for the rest of the day. So it gets a break in the hot afternoon sun. Speaking of the sun, it's not really my friend right now for planting and was videoing. So I'm going to show you an up close, plant it, and then we'll meet back here again. So let me show you the plants that we're going to use in this beautiful glowing container. I love that we are using the very large cobalt blue aqua pot. Of course, your aqua pots are your self-watering containers. The blue paired with the yellow and white, that is where it gets its name. So here in the front, obviously the massive yellow color is going to be from the Super Bells Yellow, which is just a clear yellow flower, prolific. We're going to have a mass of yellow. Then we're going to go for a little bit of a pop of white, where we use Diamond Mountain. In the Twilight in the Pines, we're using Diamond Frost. Gives us that same light, airy look, but about half the size. Then we're going with one of the Creekside Champions, Coleus. This is Chartreuse Street. So while we still have that bright yellow color, it's very different. The texture is different. It's going to give us medium height, about that 18 inches. And then for the Thriller Slash and Spiller is going to be another Creekside Champions. This is the Dragon Wing White. We have two of them. Again, you're going to have to trust me on this, because the Dragon Wing begonias, they like to take their time, and because they love the heat and humidity. These are going to get massive. They're going to fill in, give us height and some cascading habit. So I've already got my soil in here, as you can see. Take the plants out, put my biotone and my slow release in, get them planted. I'll meet you back here when we're all put together. Golden Morning Glow is all planted, but before I show you that, I want to show you a sweet little visitor that came to see me in the garden. We get to have all sorts of little creatures here at the Signature Garden, and this little guy or girl, I don't know which one, just kind of surprised me. We actually had a customer who wanted to come and shop. We're closed today, and so I went to go tell him that we were closed, and I was coming back, and look who I saw, y'all. The cutest little box turtle. Bless his heart, half covered in mud. We did get some rain, but he has just been hanging out here with me, not scared at all, and just hanging out. So we're gonna let him do his little thing and move on if he wants to, but always keep your eyes open. You never know what you're gonna see. This container is all about sunshine and brightness and cheeriness and just happiness in a container. When you want to make a big impact from a distance, go with yellow. Yellow is going to stand out even on cloudy days. And then you put the yellow against this blue aqua pot. Oh, it is an absolute classic, beautiful statement. And then you've got the white of the euphorbia with the white of the dragon wing begonias. And then, of course, another pop of chartreuse with that Main Street coleus, the Chartreuse Street. It is going to be fantastic. Again, gardening teaches you patience, my friends, and in just a few short weeks, this is going to really get nice and thick and full, and it will go the entire distance. If anything does not go till November, it's gonna be the super bells. I'm just keeping it real with you. But the coleus, the euphorbia, and most definitely these dragon wing begonias, they will go through till a hard freeze. But that's okay if the super bells kind of peter out, because everything else is going to get nice and thick. So when they're nice and thick and the super bells are like, it's too hot, I'm checking out, I can pull them out and I do not have to worry about it. If I want to put a Portulaca in there, if I have room, I certainly could do that. But gorgeous, bright, cheery in a container. Containers are the easiest and quickest way to bring color to your garden. And the beautiful thing is that you can design it completely in your own style. You want all your containers to match? Wonderful. You want all of them to be different and enjoy a variety of plants? Fantastic. Remember, you are the student of your garden. You are the one that is going to be there enjoying it and looking at it. So create containers that bring you joy. Just know that we are here at Creekside to help you. If you have no idea of what to do, we are here to help you, whether it's through these videos or here at the Garden Center. Now, quick thing before I forget, speaking of the Garden Center, I want you to see these things in person, right? So come out and come see us. If you have ever in a million years even thought or had a question about a power planter auger, the Jenny's Edition auger, I want you to come on Saturday, April the 18th, because we are going to have Mr. Greg Newald himself, the owner of Power Planner, a dear friend of ours. He is coming to do a free workshop here at the Garden Center, 10 a.m. Get here early because we're going to have food trucks, we're going to have a coffee truck, we're going to have TJ's hamburgers for lunch. It is going to be a fantastic day, not only to mention it is the middle of April, which is like chef's kiss time here in North Carolina. I mean, just look at all this beautiful lushness. We still have plenty of plants to choose from. So come get a coffee, do the workshop for free, come shop, grab a burger. It is going to be a fantastic day. We cannot wait to see you. Come look at these containers up close and in person, and a bunch more. I've got tons more containers that I have done, and I haven't even showed them to you. So a little mystery that you can come and see them in person. So we look forward to seeing you on Saturday, the 18th. I have no doubt it is going to be a very fun, full, busy day. So as always, because we have found this fun, informative, and inspirational, y'all have an amazing day. Go plant a container. Have fun. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.